Hey everybody, this is Tyler Dockery, and I want to welcome you to this class. We have a lot of specific things that I want to talk about in this video, so please do go ahead and watch it all. Sorry, we have a cat up here. Please pay attention to the time required for these classes and our due dates. You are generally running two lessons every single week, so you want to make sure to put your time and effort into those. In general, you want to double the number of credit hours for your classes as your classwork, and 1 to 1.5 times as much as that on your homework. So do those math calculations. I'll sum them up at the end, but do go ahead and keep that in mind. Don't wait to get started. When your materials have a due date, the very next day, get in and start working on those next series of projects. If you wait, you will fail. There's not enough weeks in this semester to do that. I would also like to just go ahead real quickly and point out the importance of research. Remember, there is a lot of talent out in the workplace, and if you want to get hired, your work has to be excellent. So look at a C as a good heads up that you need to take some serious movement on finishing your work. But just like any big project, if you think that you are going to rush in and do a good job, you are fooling yourself. You want to have your work be at the same level as all other work that is already in the field or higher. No one is going to hire you to do less than the base level of work. So don't let yourself get away with less than the base level of work. What I mean by that specifically is, for every project, get on the internet, go through magazines, go through books, go look at what is considered to be the very best work that you can find, and pull somewhere between 8 and 20 of those to look at. Don't pull ones that are poorly designed. Pull the best designs examples that you can find. Then make sure your work meets that level or exceeds it. If you find a bunch of poorly designed pieces or pieces that are recognized as doing a mediocre job at best, and then you meet that, you will do poorly. Instead, if you find good examples and then decide what you like about them and use those ideas to come up with something original for yourself, you will have great work. If it doesn't look great, keep working with it. Remember, this is what you want to do for a career. Don't sell yourself short. If you try quitting early or taking a shortcut, you're cutting yourself short. You're ruining time that you could spend doing something that you love. You don't want to find yourself exploring in the software. That's a big mistake. Plan your design and then design based on that plan, and you will find that you are coming up with some really great work. And that's what I urge you to do. No one builds a ship by cutting down a tree and just kind of feeling their way through the process. They have a plan, and then they follow the plan. Okay, welcome to GRD282. This is a copywriting class, and I'm so glad that you're here. For many of you, this might be the last class you have to take, and for some of you, it's one of the few classes that you can take over the summer, so it's a really good opportunity for you. I've got 3 things that I want to go ahead and point out in here. Most specifically, number 1, a lot of the material in this course requires MLA style. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, you are in trouble. I'm going to say that again. If you're unfamiliar with MLA style, you are in trouble. You need to make an appointment with the ILC and find out how to do that, because if you don't meet the requirements, you're going to have a problem. So for instance, if you're writing an article for me and you paraphrase something from some source, at the end of the paraphrase, if you don't have parentheses that tell me who is the author and what year of the publication, you're just going to start getting tagged for plagiarism. Okay. This is not a situation where you can add a footnote number and look it down at the bottom, or you can write a big long paper and have a citations page and the person reading it just guesses what you've cited where. This is a problem. It is a serious problem, and you have to be aware of it. If you're unsure about the MLA style, how to put parentheses, if you've used more than one sentence, how to go ahead and block that text out so that we know it's all been pulled, please contact the ILC on South Campus. Ask them if you can have some information about that. Please, 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 I'm begging you. It only takes so many times for you to get notations about academic integrity violations before it stops you from going on into academic courses later in your career, or if someone wants to do a background check because you want to work for a government agency and they find out that you were tagged for academic integrity violations. It's a big problem. Please, 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 I'm begging you. All right. Other thing is I want to just go ahead and remind you, if you don't know, that this may be one of your few chances to learn about copywriting before you are expected to know and understand what to do. When you get to a portfolio class, if you're not already there, you are going to be expected to copyright all of the material in your portfolio, and you have to do a good job or people won't take you seriously. Please don't think of this as a checkbox class, or we will checkbox that you're getting a failing grade. Do a really good job in here. Last thing is, many of you will be tempted to use ChatGPT in this class. That's fine. But I do want you to understand that you can't just dump your material into generative AI and expect to get a great result. We have something you're probably familiar with if you took GRD282 with me and I taught you how to use ChatGPT. That is called garbage in, garbage out, which is if you come up with a vague and general material, you will get a vague and general outline and it won't be specific. So if you're unfamiliar with using ChatGPT, this could be a good time to get familiar with it. But there are a lot of things such as the phrasing it uses for a critical landscape, or within the realm of IT, there's a certain bit of phrasing and phraseology that they use in ChatGPT, and if it doesn't match what you use, it's going to sound really bad. I use ChatGPT almost every single day with the freelance work and copywriting that I do, so I can tell you I will see it coming and it will drop your grade. You need to do a good job. Last but not least, some of you will be heading from this course directly into the workplace, and so I'm just here to remind you, every class that you have here is going to be set up in such a way to make you professional, and if you don't act professionally, there's going to be a problem. So don't wait until you have a job to learn how to be and act professional. Be and act professional now, so that when you have a job, you can focus on what you're doing. Oh, I'm getting a hat. I'm getting a cat coming up here. Hold on a sec. Okay, very sorry about that. We had a cat-related issue, but that is already over. I do want to talk about an important thing that has popped up here, and that is the importance of the course entry quiz. Every single class has a course entry quiz, and you have 3 days to take it and pass. What constitutes a pass? One try. So get in there and do your best. The course entry quiz lets us know that you are interested in taking the class, and that's it. So it's not a graded material. It doesn't count towards your score in this or any class, but it does let us know that you are a real person. So do take that. Once you take the course entry quiz, for you, the plagiarism agreement will pop up. That is a quiz. You have to get 100% or you will not be allowed into the class. And it's as simple as that. So if you don't agree or you read it over and you're just not sure that this is right for you and maybe you want a career doing something else, this is a good time to get your money back, because if you can't pass the plagiarism agreement, you'll get kicked out of the class and you have to pass the test. I know you can do it. The answers are right there in the material that you have to look over. But I would like to emphasize three things. Number one, there is some very clear information in there on AI-related art. You should read it. Number two, there is some very clear information in there on what you need to do about your fonts. This will get you zeros, and it will get you, as the plagiarism agreement says, directly reported as an academic integrity violation if you choose to choose things that are not allowed to use, or if you just bother not to check. That can really hurt you. This is a detail-oriented and service-oriented career, so make sure you're covering those. And the third thing is that many students just agree to this plagiarism agreement. They don't read it, they don't look at it later, and the long story short about all of that is when they violate it, it's been 3 weeks since they've looked at it, and they don't even realize they've made mistakes. So I heavily suggest you take it. I heavily suggest you read it. I heavily suggest if you have questions about it, contact me directly. You'll find my information in the faculty information tab. And I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing your work. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you want to talk with your fellow students, there is a student help board where you can get help from other students. But if you have questions about this class or your assignments, don't use that board. It's not for that. That is for only talking with other students. If you have questions about the assignments, please reach out to me directly. I look forward to seeing your work. Let's have a great semester.